On April 8th, 2024, the sun will be completely eclipsed by the moon in a celestial event that won't be visible again from the continental United States until 2045. The path of this total solar eclipse will run directly through Waco, making it an ideal location for viewing this rare celestial display. Four storied organizations, Lowell Observatory, the City of Waco, Baylor University, and Discovery, are partnering to create an on-site public event that will be broadcast around the world. Eclipse over Texas 2024.
We reached out to the City of Waco, and we're delighted to find excellent partners here that we could work with to create an on-site event for locals and visitors to come to.
People have been looking for an excuse to come to Waco for a long time, and I think this eclipse is the perfect reason to go ahead and come and visit our fair city.
Based on past weather patterns for this time of year, as well as accessibility, Texas is an ideal location for an eclipse event. This will be the first total solar eclipse to pass over Waco since July 29, 1878, and the last one of this millennium. Brianna Markham McLean, the operations manager for the Waco Convention Center, got an invitation last fall to compete in the third season of the Ultimate Cowboy Showdown.
I actually had a friend that competed on season 2, and Katie Joe, she actually ended up winning season 2. And my mother-in-law actually put me in. She did the application for me, kind of as a ha-ha. She thought, oh, you'd be great on this show. Didn't know where filming was going to be when I got chosen. They let that loose later that it's going to be in November in Wyoming.
This is Powderhorn Ranch in the rugged hills of Converse County, Wyoming.
Obviously, I started buying warm clothes. You do team challenges and you do individual challenges. I can't tell you exactly what we were doing, but it was basically a series of anything you would do as far as ranch work and rodeo worked in. It's kind of something about being, having something to prove, especially being a lady in a primarily man's industry. I wanted to go prove to all the other young ladies that, you can be just as good as guys.
In her day job, Brianna works the logistics of events from conventions to weddings. But the cowboy life flows in her veins. Born in Waco, she's a fourth-generation rancher who grew up in Tatum, New Mexico.
I pro rodeo myself. In fact, last year during the show, I missed the women's pro finals for the show. I've won a lot of money. I've won a lot of buckles. I've won so many buckles, I've started giving them away, to be honest. You can only wear one buckle at a time. Be sure and tune in April 21st on INSP. It will be a great season to watch.
Broadband service remains only a rumor to about 3 million Texans, most living in rural areas, which is why State Comptroller Glenn Hagar visited Waco on Monday, April 4th to hear comments about bridging the digital divide.
Broadband access is extremely important, internet access across the state of Texas. Texas, up until last legislative session, was one just of a handful of states that did not have some type of office to figure out how do we ensure that we make sure to connect all Texans to where they can have quote-unquote service.
Suggestions ranged from treating broadband service like a utility, in essence making its presence mandatory, and working with the Texas Department of Transportation to include installing conduit within highway projects. Texas stands to receive $500 million from $9.8 billion in American Rescue Plan funds, but could get at least another $100 million from the Infrastructure Investment and Job Act's Broadband Equity Access and Development Program, according to a fact sheet the Comptroller's office circulated. Texas Broadband Development Office should have a process in place by early October to accept applications and make financial awards. It will award grants, low-interest loans, and other incentives to internet service providers who expand access in eligible areas.